Good morning, beautiful people. How are you? Blessings to you. Love, love, love. So, I just want to relay a little short story to you before we get started. We have this kind of beautiful, one of the beautiful finishing touches in our celebrating the divine feminine I am. Um, but I'm going to tell you this little story. It happened over this week, and there was magic really was happening over the weekend in a variety of ways. And um, sometimes we like to pull a card um, out of this deck just to get a little guidance, a little point, a little bringing bringing spirit into the moment, the moment. So I pulled the card out, and I kind of intuit through it, and oh, it's that one. I turn it over. It's the owl card. Um, and beautiful painting. Oh my gosh. It's just so beautiful. And so, of course I read up on it, and it was basically saying, hey, change is warranted, change is afoot. And owls have were my first guidance power animal uh experience, in my early 20s. I had a white owl fly with me down a road as an indicator that it was time to find my spiritual path. And within a week I did. So blessings to owls. I love them. And they represent also change, really powerful influence of change. So the next day, which was yesterday, I was guarded, well, pick another card. So I went through the whole deck, pulled another card, and there was the owl card again. And I was like, oh, wow. And we also had spent time with a friend who took this beautiful picture of the shadow of an owl. And so we talked about that the day before. And so walking down a road, walking very close to my house with the dogs, and I look over and just something catches my eye, and it's a bundle. It's a bundle of owl feathers, except it's an owl. It's a baby owl. And right away it showed me its wings. So the wings were intact, but obviously it wasn't able to fly. It was so close to the road, I was very concerned. And I gestured for it to go perhaps hang out in the bushes. And it was like, not sure I'm going to do that. So eventually picked, got something and covered it and picked it up and took it to our orchard and just tuned in and said, no, leave Ms. Owl in the orchard overnight, and which I did. And I thought, I'm gonna first thing go check on her. And she had walked the entire width of I would say length, but it's kind of the width of our orchard. And there she was. She was hanging out. I'll send a picture later. And finally I got, she can walk, she can fly, but her mom is not around. So I did take her to the wildlife sanctuary. So the story here is that things appear to us as omens, as signs, as reminders. And these sometimes point to something in the future, sometimes in the past, but a lot they point to be aware in the now. The now. And this is what we all have to do from now on is really find our way into the now every moment. If we drift, it's so important. And so I want you just to take a moment and feel into your now. And remember last week we were all about who am I and what am I? And what am I in the now, right now? And what you are in this now, you've always been. And through your work and our work together, the veils are lifting. The veil itself is thinning. Sometimes that makes things harder because we can't hide anymore. So our whole process that we've been going through over these last 4 months is really delving into the I am as guideposts, as resonances, as ways that we can show up in the world, as ways that, as you say, I, capital A, capital M, you are actually aligning in the now as the one and going and holding that. Because with every bit of illusion that shakes up, we need to replace it with something. And we don't want to replace it with something that is not so good. We want to replace it with something beautiful. But if you go that one step further and replace it with an I am, you're doing it not only for you and your ancestral line, you're doing it for your community, and you're doing it for the whole planet on the quantum. And every time you and I shift to an I am state, we're able to drop in to the quantum, the silence of the quantum. And then we're just a blink away from the crystalline new earth. So we're replacing density time or space time with quantum crystalline. And the crystalline it's a formation. It's a formation that allows the world of spirit, the world of oneness, to participate in what we call our consciousness. It's already here. It's already here. And it's interesting the moments where it bleeds through. And you nod your head. You said, uh-huh, yes. So today, we're going to celebrate I am abundance. And a lot of us, and I'm going to say, sadly, this is true of Americans, abundance means money. Because we've found ourselves in a world where money is how we survive, not only in the physical realm, but in a community. So there's people who have clothes and, have a tree to sleep under, and maybe they have enough food, but they don't have much of a community because they don't have money. So we have to remember that I am abundance is an alignment with the magnificence and the expansion of all divine qualities. And here's something else that I know to be true. When you align with I am abundance and you allow I am attraction. So attraction is the ability to receive. And I am manifestation. It's the ability to intend something and watch it appear. And that can be a negative thought. That could be a judgment. or that could be something contributory. That feeling inside to be of service. And we call this world servers. So that we keep remembering we're not just here to wake ourselves up and be enlightened. We're here to be that abundance of the one and be a vessel of that on the planet. And there's beauty in numbers in this endeavor. There's beauty in numbers. In other words, the more of us that wake up and hold this resonance, this spaciousness, this receptivity, this alignment with and as the one, the more this shift can happen with ease and grace. I'm going to just continue to see ease and grace, ease and grace. And I also know that there will be beings that we can love and that are beautiful in many ways. And they're going to say, no, not this is time. This is not my time. Or no, I'm not going to do it. Or no, I don't think it's right. Or. And that's okay. But transition is definitely afoot. So I know that that we've had this very interesting weekend. Let me tell you, one of the most interesting weekends and beautiful weekends of my life, capped off with this beautiful owl experience. But we had solar flares Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it kind of whacked a lot of people. And so we're going to take a moment right here and we're going to connect on the grid. And I'm going to do a correction for how that affected you. If you just rolled with it and you were fine, you didn't notice it, great. But I noticed, like having the phone to your ear or some of the 5G frequencies, they affect people in a not good way. So I want you to close your eyes for me. And I want you to expand into the interconnected grid field that we have established. And tune into any residual symptoms of fatigue or fogginess or dizziness or strange feeling. Okay, and here's the beautiful thing. As I'm doing this, it's like a right brain, left brain connection throughout your body and your field. Crossover, crossover, crossover. As we do that, that solar flare, it actually, well, yeah, it actually hits your system and energetically shifted you. It's an upshift. So take a moment, feel into your body. And if you want, you can touch your left thigh with your right hand left hand to the right thigh, and just back and forth, just to get your brain on deck with a shift. I see you guys are doing it. Breathe. And I see crystalline. I see crystalline upgrade. And I also see that your etheric bodies took a shift. So yeah, your etheric body took a shift towards that six-sided crystalline network. So here's something I say. Everything that comes to me is for me. So here's this very powerful phenomena. It was for us. Everything that comes to me is for me. Say it and nod your head. Everything that comes to me is for me. And how's that work out in density? How's that work out? Works out as a lesson or a blessing? Now we go, well, lessons are challenges. Sometimes that's hard. Lessons often bring through something that feels like a challenge. But oh my gosh, we want the lessons because the lessons are the awakenings, the awakenings, the awakenings. And it could just be you open a book and you're like, oh, I forgot that, or oh my gosh, I never knew that. It could be you forgot to do something and then you know, oh, from now on, I must write myself a note. A lesson could be something so ancient that one can barely track it. And I had ancient memory come through from other star systems. And when it comes through, yeah, things can happen like tears or emotions. But on the other side of that is the aha. So when you have this phenomena, because a lesson learned is a blessing earned, right? And sometimes just blessings come. They just come because you're in alignment to receive what's coming to you. You see, this could come to you this day and feel like, oh, that feels hard. And this could come to you this day. And you go, oh my God, that's so awesome. It's how we are in the moment, in the now. And so bless yourself in this moment with the now. And sometimes to get in the now, we can just look at this very interesting illusion of space-time and go, oh, okay. In space-time, I'm choosing now. Space-time, I'm choosing now. And now is that not even a pinpoint connection bridge to quantum crystal. And give yourself about 5 or 6 nows. now, now. And as we do it together, the field completely shifts. I don't know if you just saw that, it just totally shifted. Now. And so through the pinpoint of now, we shifted to quantum crystalline. Now, now. And feel the pull of now, now. Wonderful. So we, as a collective, cleared through Samaya for the planet. So the other thing, we're human. Well, we're in human form, shall we say. We're in human form. And challenges appear physically, emotionally, mentally. And I find, if I can remember to say, the one always supports me. The one always supports me. The one. Now that aligns that human aspect of our manifestation here. It kind of moves out with arms like this, including in our consciousness who and what we are as the one. It's not just we're separate. And every once in a while we get a goodie. No, as the one always supports me. Even when you feel this, you just go, and the one always supports me. The one continues to support me. And I learned this from a very dear friend. And we need support. We need support. And it's okay to ask, and it's okay to affirm. The one continues to support me. Thank you. I met up with someone last week, and by it there's a story behind it, but she has the same last name. And I happened to be somewhere and I noticed she had an office. And so I just walked in to introduce myself. And we had talked on the phone. And she just said, she said so much gratitude for her awakening that's happening. That, oh, this pot fell over and broke. And she said, I had so much just gratitude that she just glanced at it and went, that's how it is. There's no reaction. So if we can really embrace this expression, this experience, this feeling, this knowingness, this truth, the one continues to support me. Not that it's going to start supporting me, but it continues to support me. Here I am, alive and ready to serve, ready to say yes, yes. Even more so, though, then we can migrate into I am one with the one. I am one with the one. And that's the now. So close your eyes here in this moment, in this now. And, and nod your head in the now. And then align and affirm and align. I am one with the one. And let this move through your chakras and into your root. And because it's the root where we lift up, and especially from the abundance of the divine feminine. We move as humans by habit into fear and retraction in our root chakras. No more. We open now to I am abundance, to that gate of divine feminine presence. And we say, as the one, I am one. In this now, as the one, I am. In this now, I am one with the one, I am the one. And you see, this will always be true because the all is the one. And of course, that brings us to the beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, yummy, yummy, yummy essence of this oneness. I am love. As the one, I am love. This is a declaration, not an affirmation. It's a declaration. It's a so-ness. It is a what isness in this realm where separation is perceived as reality. So feel that pulse of love, 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 love. as the one I am love. As the one I am one. As the one I am love. Pulse that onto the quantum. Please nod your head. In this moment, we are. In this moment, this now. It is so. And even as you pulse love, 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 it's our key into that seventh dimensional alignment. You just shift into 5-6D. It's dimensional, it's physics, beautiful people. This is not woo-woo, it's physics. Mm. Mm. And it's simple enough. I am. Allow that truth to kind of penetrate into your perception of self as physicality. You know, humans have an etheric understructure. It's beautiful, but it's time for it to upgrade. It's time for it to upgrade to this crystalline structure. It's here. It's going to happen in stages, probably for most people now. There may come a moment where there's a massive shift, but for now, we embrace the shift as we, especially when we gather. I am, I am. Ancient, ancient, ancient declaration. Mhm. And so it is, and so it shall be. And even as the bright, beautiful being smiles upon you with love and grace, may your shift to the now have the sparkle of joy as its infuser. Open to a joyful now today, somewhere. Yeah. And sometimes joy makes us cry. Like when I knew my baby Al was going to be okay. I got in the car and cried. And my joy was having the opportunity to assist. So find a way today to employ your joy in a meaningful way. And namaste. Blessings to all of you, and hope to be